Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Maverick Files here on the MoneyShift channel. I am your host, Thanasi, and today we are starting inside the office because I forgot to film an intro inside the Maverick. So here we are, but that's okay. Today, we have the Maverick XLT versus the Maverick Lariat. Now, both of these trucks have the FX4 package, and we're going to be doing a walk around to showcase the big differences between the Lariat and the XLT. Hope this answers all your questions if you are considering one of these specs. Let's get outside and take a look. All right, here it is. This is a 2022 Ford Maverick Lariat in hot pepper red, and oh boy, is this color terrific. Looking at the front of the Maverick Lariat, there really are three distinct differences between the Lariat and the XLT. First of which is that grille. It has more precise openings, more small, direct, clean, whatever you want to call it, openings versus the XLT. The second of which is that grille bar that is more of a painted silver versus the XLT's textured gray. And then the third of which are those signature LEDs that overall just bring it up a huge notch. Comparing it to the XLT, you see the full chrome headlights with no black trim on the inside. You also see that textured grille bar that I'm referencing right here, this gray unit, and then these larger grille openings that overall just give it a slightly more rugged appearance. I really do wish we had the option to get those LED headlights from the Lariat on the XLT. Those black accents that are on the inside of the Lariat headlight would look magnificent with the XLT grille bar and front end. I just love the look overall of this Lariat. Looking at it in my rear view as the owner, Josh Kaegael, was driving behind me, and I gotta tell you guys, it just really did look super premium, especially in comparison to my Maverick XLT. As we make our way to the rear, this is going to be a bit harder to see in the daylight, but the taillights are truly different. The Lariat is encased in sort of an LED, and instead of a reflector, has another LED light. This is an interesting theme between the XLT and the Lariat, is how many differences these trucks actually have. They don't share a lot of things. I mean, obviously they do. It's the same body, same motor, same wheels, same tires, same a lot of things. But I mean, there's a lot of trim pieces and lighting that is just fundamentally very different with both of these cars. And you'll see it as we make our way to the inside. But obviously the Maverick XLT does not have that LED, and that reflector is in fact a reflector. It is not a light like it is on the Lariat, but there's no use. You can't really see anything outside here. So let's take it inside the parking garage where you guys can have a better look at how this lighting looks, and you can really make your own opinion on which you like better. As we make our way into the dark, it is so clear, the LEDs on this Maverick Lariat. I mean, look at it. It looks something like straight out of Iron Man with this casing and that LED light there as well instead of a reflector. It truly is a more premium tail lamp versus the Maverick XLT. Still has halogen bulbs for the tail light, the brake application, and the blinker, but it definitely looks better. And look at those signature LEDs in the dark. They look slamming. The front end of this Maverick, the rear end of this Maverick definitely look great and look a lot more premium than just the halogen units we get on the XLT in the rear, and also look a lot more premium in the front. Even though the Maverick has LED headlights with LED high beams, there definitely is a big difference between the DRL on the Lariat versus the DRL on the XLT in terms of just flat out looks. I'm not talking about capability. I'm not talking about light output. I'm just talking looks here. The Lariat definitely looks more premium for sure. There is no doubt about it. The lighting on the Lariat was nailed. Ford did an awesome job. But one of the last things I want to call out is the difference between these headlights. The XLT, full chrome, guys, okay? Fully chrome units. There is no coloring inside this headlight. But as we make our way to the Lariat, okay, you see that there are black pieces in the headlight that just reflect perfectly and give it a more aggressive appearance, a more premium appearance. It's a small touch. It's something that can be painted. Shout out to Mr. Boom for painting them blue and really altering the look of the headlight, but it definitely can bring a nice touch overall to the Maverick. Now, before we're going to get into the inside, I just want to touch on one thing here in the bed. This owner does not have the Lariat Lux package, so he doesn't have the bed rails and the spray-in bed liner, but one of the options that he did opt for was this box here. It's a $300 accessory. It is watertight, which is nice and locks into place and can actually come right out as well. And it acts as sort of a quasi trunk here. We know that the Maverick does not have a trunk in the bed, so something like this, if you're into that, is a perfect addition. But let's make our way to the inside and let's talk about the cash and prizes when we're looking at the differences between the Lariat and the XLT. And the biggest one you're going to notice right off the front just by looking at the door is the fact that the Lariat replaces all orange with bronze, and it replaces the denim looking seats with a brown leather. And I got to be honest with you guys, looking at them in person, I adore how these seats look. Love the design. Same functionality in terms of the ability to move that front seat around as the XLT luxury package, and you'll see there's a lot of similarities here from the XLT luxury package to the base Lariat. But again, the biggest difference really is how they treat this sort of marble-like texture. It's different here. It doesn't have as much of a mineral feel, and they replace the orange with bronze, and you get a push start button and keyless entry. Who doesn't love that? And now when you're looking at the screen, you're actually looking at a Lariat while you're driving a Lariat, instead of like me in the XLT with the FX4 that looks at a Lariat every time he starts up his truck, which is a lot of fun and a super funny detail from Ford. Now, interesting things on this Lariat, okay? Stock, you do not get heated seats. Stock, you do not get a heated steering wheel. Those are all things that are available on the luxury package of the XLT, but if you want those on the Lariat, you gotta bump up to the Lariat luxury package as well. I was shocked to step inside this Maverick Lariat and not see a heated seat or heated steering wheel button. Now you have dual zone climate, which is great, but I've got to be honest, I prefer the single zone with heated seats, heated steering wheel in my XLT versus the Lariat that doesn't have those but has dual zone. Another thing that I want to note, this leather wheel is very different from the XLT. It's thicker, it's more premium, it's nicer versus the XLT's leather wrapped wheel. Also a lot more ambient lighting in the Lariat as well. As we make our way into the XLT, you really do notice a lot of the differences that I talked about. Again, orange instead of bronze. The sort of white plastic that surrounds a lot of this interior has like mineral specks in it that give it this marble look finish versus in the Lariat where it's just flat white. And again, orange, 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 orange is everywhere. And I got heated seats, heated steering wheel, heated mirrors versus the base Lariat that does not have that, and I get single zone climate. So some changes. What are you willing to give up? Do you want the Lariat interior, which again, as we showcase in the back, that bronze ever present right in the rear there. And this is another shot that I actually love to show. The owner of this car, two children. Take a look at how the Maverick looks in the back with two children's seats. Definitely has plenty of room for both of those. And in the center, you still have this thing for your hands. Nice plush leather there, super supple for your elbow. Definitely a comfy space to be, and that rear window back there is power. But just take a gander here at how it looks with two baby seats. And again, stock, you only have a USB-C and a USB, which is very different than my XLT Lux. Again, it's so interesting to me to see how much more the XLT Lux offers versus the Lariat base. There definitely are some things in the base Lariat that are really nice, but as we take a look in the back seat of my XLT with the Lux package, you'll notice one thing super glaring that you get in the XLT that you do not get in the Lariat, and that's the plug. You get a house outlet in here. That's something you don't get in the Lariat. You gotta up to the Lariat Lux if you want to get that. And these are just some small things that are very interesting that Ford chose to change in the Lariat, but didn't choose to change in the XLT. Very weird. But let's talk about some accessories that the owner added to this vehicle, first of which is the Bronco Sport engine cover. This is a padded engine cover that actually does a decent job, the owner reflected, at dampening some of the noise. Now, I didn't get this truck outside on the road to compare it for myself, but it's no surprise it looks a lot cleaner under here than my truck does. It looks now, like a big boy engine. And this is the cover right from the 2-liter EcoBoost Bronco Sport. So this is a readily available part. The owner just went to the dealer, asked for it, and got it. Not a problem, and it fit right in. Make sure you get one for the Bronco Sport. If you get one for the EcoBoost out of the Focus ST, it has a different position for the oil, and as a result, just overall won't be useful. But that is something to note. One of the last accessories that the owner added were these wind deflectors from the Ford accessory book. I will say that they look nice, but when you're sitting behind the wheel of the Ford Maverick Lariat, they definitely eat into your eyesight a bit if you are looking outside the car. So that is the comparison between the Ford Maverick Lariat and the Ford Maverick XLT. So what do I think about the differences between these two trucks? There is no doubt that the Maverick Lariat exudes a more premium image, from that different grille to the colored grille bar to the headlights and the taillights. It certainly gives off an appearance that commands the price tag that it comes with. In comparison to the XLT, the changes to the lighting, the grille, all of it just make it look more expensive. So Ford definitely killed the looks aspect of this truck. They crushed it. The difference between the XLT and the Lariat alone is enough to justify the price increase. However, when we start to talk about the features that come with the base Lariat versus an XLT with the luxury package, that's where you start to lose me. For $2,300 in the XLT luxury package, I get the bed liner, the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, the heated mirror, and more. If I want to get any of those features in a Lariat, I need to opt for the luxury package. So I'm going to be spending even more money. So at the end of the day, it comes down to this. What do you value? Do you like the look? Do you like the appearance? Do you like the leather interior? Do you need the keyless entry? Then you have to go Lariat. But if you don't need those things and you want heated seats, you want a heated steering wheel, you want heated mirrors, you want a spray-in bed liner, you want the bed rails, you want all this stuff, then go for the XLT luxury package. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments, which one would you pick? Would you go XLT or would you go Lariat? And also let me know, what color do you like better? I gotta be honest, I own the Cactus truck and I want a hot pepper red truck. That color is gorgeous. But let me know what you guys think. Are we on the same wavelength here? Do you guys agree? Do you like the Cactus gray or the hot pepper red? All right, that is another episode of the Maverick Files in the books. We will see you next time. Goodbye.